Next on Worcester News tonight, a new look for Kelley Square. The state's latest plan unveiled at a public meeting in the city. Plus, a Charlton girl gets to ride to school in style after taking a year off to battle cancer. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. The Massachusetts Department of Transportation is still looking for the public's help on how to fix Kelley Square. The project is a key part of redevelopment around the planned ballpark project. Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito has said the Kelley Square project will be fast-tracked. Now, Mass DOT's plan for the intersection may be starting to take shape. Our Cam Jandro joins us now live with more. Cam?
Yeah, Anna, at their last meeting, Mass DOT had about 4 concepts or ideas that they were playing around with, but tonight they really focused in on one of them. But they say that only 10% of their redesign plan is completed and nothing is set in stone.
Mass DOT unveils the concept they feel most confident in for their redesign of Worcester's Kelley Square.
Every movement that enters this circle enters as a right turn, so we get rid of that through and left turn conflict points that's creating all the crashes that we're seeing out there today.
The plan would transform the center of the infamous intersection to resemble the shape of a peanut. It would also include lane markings and high visibility crosswalks.
We don't want a wholesale change here, and we feel like we're achieving our safety benefits. We're not screwing up operations worse, making them worse.
The design also reverses the direction of Harding and Millbury Streets. At a public hearing Wednesday, people who frequent Kelley Square had mixed feelings about Mass DOT's attempt to fix what it ranks as the state's most dangerous intersection.
Crosswalks and a few flashing signs are not going to slow traffic down.
I'm not super excited about not having the left turn off westbound 290. I do that 2 or 3 times a day.
However, Mayor Joseph Petty is supportive of the Mass DOT plan.
I think it's a great design, personally, and I've heard from other people in the community the same thing.
Now, the DOT wants 25% of their plan completed by February. They want 100% completed by May. They want to break ground in October of 2019 so they can have Kelley Square completed in the early months of 2021. Anna?
Thanks, Cam. Switching gears now, in order to help replenish local nonprofits with food after Thanksgiving, UMass Memorial and the United Way go shopping in the city Wednesday. The organizations used funds raised by employees who donated to the United Way's Summer Strong Fund. They bought more than $2,500 worth of groceries for the Friendly House, Pranay Family Health Services, and the Citizen Center School on Main Street. UMass Memorial Healthcare's Kate Bean says taking care of people in the hospital is only part of their job.
So if we can take someone in at the hospital and fix them up and get them feeling better and send them back out, but if they're going back home to a home that where they can't get the nutrition they need to get well and stay well, they're just going to end up back in the medical center.
The food will be dropped off at locations Thursday morning. New numbers out today show just how lucrative the recreational marijuana industry is here in Massachusetts. Between November 26th and December 2nd, Cultivate in Leicester and New England Treatment Access in Northampton made a combined $2.5 million. It's slightly more than the profits from the first week. Since sales began last month, the shops have made a total of $4.8 million. Dozens of cities and towns, including Worcester, have already raised the age to buy tobacco products to 21. But soon it will be the law statewide. School administrators say with all the new smoking fads, they're hoping this law will help. Our Rosalind Flaherty explains.
A new law will make it illegal for teenagers to buy tobacco products. Starting December 31st, the smoking age in Massachusetts will be 21.
Anything that our legislators and our lawmakers and the community at large can do to help kids stay safe and healthy.
But Uxbridge High School principal Michael Rubin says there's a new concern as more kids are taking an interest in juuling. It's an e-cigarette with a high nicotine content and looks like a flash drive.
It's very hard to detect. They're very easily hidden.
The Food and Drug Administration is calling juuling an epidemic. Tina Grosowski is the project manager for Central Massachusetts Tobacco-Free Partnership. She says the nicotine content in each Juul pod is the same as in a pack of cigarettes.
Adolescent brains are still developing, and they're still developing until age 23, 24. So when a young person uses nicotine, they get addicted much more quickly, and they could be lifelong users.
She says the new law is a good strategy to limit teens' access to tobacco products.
We're lowering the rates of the use of these products for young people.
Principal Rubin says they've integrated the dangers of juuling and the use of tobacco into the classroom and are educating parents on what to look for in hopes of decreasing the amount of teens who turn to juuling.
If there is a student who gets caught, we actually have more of a remediation more than a discipline program. We want students to go through kind of a 5-week program, if you will, where they interact with some of the health providers, a nurse.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Jury selection is getting underway today for the trial of an 82-year-old man charged with murder. Ralph DiMasi is charged with murder and robbery in the shooting death of an armored truck guard in 1991. It happened during a holdup on Lincoln Street. Prosecutors say 52-year-old Edward Morlock was carrying bags of money from a Shaw supermarket when he was gunned down. They say DiMasi was one of 5 men who took part in the robbery and was one of the men who shot at Morlock. A Webster man who takes on the role of Santa Claus each year during the holiday season is being forced to take a break for health reasons. So this year, the people he helps cheer up are returning the favor. For more than 20 years, Webster native Paul Randall, also known as Santa Paul, has spent the Christmas season greeting believers of all ages at Chepachet Farms Carriage Works in Rhode Island. Santa Paul says some of the most memorable moments have been with his youngest visitors.
The twinkle in their eye, and then the second is the challenge. The one that doesn't like Santa or afraid of Santa, getting them in the lap of Santa, and then seeing the twinkle in their eye.
His uncanny resemblance is only one of the reasons he was asked to be Santa Claus at the farm more than 2 decades ago. Owner Jody Esposito says he remembers almost every name and truly makes meeting Santa an experience.
It's more than a knack, it's a gift. It's, at the end of the day, sometimes I would scratch my head and actually wonder myself, I was like, could he be?
This year, however, Santa Paul won't be sitting on the sleigh when visitors arrive.
I started chemo in March. I didn't feel good. And went and did tests and found out I had a tumor on my liver and went through chemo.
Santa Paul is hopeful he'll be back in his red suit next season, and hopefully after his cancer treatments are behind him. In the meantime, letters and well wishes are flooding in. He says hearing from friends he's made over the years brings him joy and motivation to keep the spirit of the season alive.
If you don't have anything to look forward to in life, or to believe in life, it's a wasted life. It's dream, and you make your goals and work at it.
The day after Christmas, Santa Paul says he'll go in to get tests to see how successful the treatment has been. He says he can't wait to return to the farm next year. Now to another heartwarming story. A Charlton girl makes a special return to school. She was out for more than a year battling cancer, and the town's fire department says when they heard her story, they wanted to help her make a grand entrance. Our Chandler Walsh has the story.
Ariel Doso makes a grand entrance. The 8-year-old took a year off from school to battle cancer, and the Charlton Fire Department gave her a ride for her first day at the Heritage School in Engine 2.
I missed all my good friends.
Ariel is a 2-time survivor. Parents John and Deb Doso say she was first diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia when she was 3, and again just before her birthday last year.
She's been so resilient. She really has bounced back. She has a very positive attitude, and she's always been kind of a spunky fighter.
After treatment and a bone marrow transplant from her younger brother Josh, Ariel couldn't be in public places.
Restaurants, stores, anything like that. We couldn't have people over the house to reduce the risk of germs.
She's now healthy enough and making her return.
I feel a whole lot stronger.
Deputy Chief Jason Cantara heard Ariel's story and wanted the fire department to help out. They brought her back to school last week to make sure it was a special day for her.
High five. I'll never forget when we picked her up, the smile that, ear to ear on her face when she saw the trucks and the police cars.
Ariel says she's missed her teachers. Some even visited her in her first hospital room.
And then I went to another room after a while, and then another one. I still remember all of them.
The family says they got through with their faith and with the help of a great team of people. And seeing Ariel aboard the fire truck was a great feeling.
It's certainly a celebration,
right.
That's for sure. I mean, perfect timing for the Christmas season as well.
Ariel's fire truck ride has inspired her. She says she now wants to become a firefighter when she grows up. The department says she'd be a perfect fit, and they have an application waiting for her. In Charlton, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Assumption College is collecting toys in exchange for unpaid campus parking tickets. It's the 20th year the school has done the Tickets for Tots program. For every toy collected, police will take a parking ticket off a student's record. All toys and money are donated to Toys for Tots. Police say they're helping students and helping those in need during the holiday season.
Donating toys to needy children and stuff like that, I think it's a good cause, and a lot of kids that don't have toys now they do for Christmas.
Police say this program is a win-win for everyone, and it's a tradition they hope to continue. A Chinese researcher claims to have created the first genetically modified babies. Researchers at WPI took time today to discuss the process of human editing. The researcher, He Jianku, says he altered embryos for a set of twins born this past October. He says his goal was not to cure or prevent an inherited disease, but to prevent the possibility of being infected with HIV. The WPI panel discussed the emerging science of what some people are calling designer babies and its ethical repercussions.
These children did not have HIV. So we were not curing them of a disease that they have. We, in this case, the scientists were attempting to make changes to prevent them from getting a disease in the future. So I think that that's really different than trying to cure an existing disease state.
WPI says they expect more research to be done on this controversial topic.